Hello. Hello. I'm just
Anyway, I have a
setting up at the
thumbnail for
moment.
this. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Thumbnail. Oh.
Welcome to Challenge Ian What to Paint today. My
Yay.
guest artist is Ian Jackson every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Central Time, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Central Time. Every Friday. It's Ian Friday, watercolor painter extraordinaire. So today, though, is a special day. We've never done this before. It's Challenge Ian What to Paint.
I think we've done it
I
once
say that for
before.
the replay
We
people.
did.
I do actually have some friends that watch the replay. So I even though nobody's in the chat. Oh, one person's in the chat. I just go right off. I just say I don't wait. I don't have dead space. I don't have dead space time.
Straight in there.
Yeah, because I do have friends that watch. A few friends that watch right away. They watch the replay.
I'm just going to put an image in to calibrate the
Oh, that's a good idea.
colours
Hi,
and things.
Gracie.
So
Gracie, and it's somebody else. Let's see who it
this
is.
by no means will
Oh,
be what we're
GW
doing.
Pitbull, new friend, GW Pitbull. Thanks for checking out my live stream. And if you want to be friends, oh wait a minute, GW Pitbull. Oh, I met you last night. That's right on Be the Difference Clothing. Yes, right. I love her channel. She's so inspirational. So wait a minute, GW Pitbull. Thank you for coming to my live stream. And if you like what you see on my channel, on my videos and everything, please leave a comment on one of my videos so I can get back to you.
Yeah, I think I'm about right.
So I can check out your channel. So thank you for showing up. So GW Pitbull, the way this works is we have Ian Jackson from the UK. He's here every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've been doing this for a few months now. Every Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's a watercolor painter extraordinaire. And today is a special day, though. We've never challenged him what to paint. We're going to take a vote. We're going to vote. We're going to be voting on 3 aspects, like weather, time of day, and whether it be seascape, landscape, or cityscape. So we're going to wait for more people to come in because we're going to challenge Ian what to paint based on the vote from people in the chat. So I hope you stick around for that. And so nice to see you here. And let's see, now when I look here, when I look on my iPad, it's I have a vision disability and it's easier. Well, anyway, I'm looking. Instead of looking at the chat on StreamYard, it's much easier for me to have my iPad up to my face and I check the chat on YouTube. Okay, let's do this. Bring up the chat. There it is. It's challenge Ian what to paint.
Yay. So first question we need to ask is that what we're going down? The choice of cityscape, landscape, or
cityscape, landscape, or seascape. They're going to have those 3 choices.
Right. So that's your first choice then. Vote.
My first question, right? The first vote.
Vote now. You have 1 minute.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to wait for a few more people to come in.
Have we got extra time? Have we got extra time today? Because
we don't have extra time because time is of the essence of this.
Apparently.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, you're right, Ian. Guess what, Ian? We got a bunch of people in here. We can do the vote. We can do the vote.
No, what I'm saying is,
yes.
have we got extra time today because of the gaps we voting and everything? I've not got as much time to paint.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, I probably could go an extra 30 minutes if I have to. Yeah, if we have to.
Very good. So if we can vote fairly quickly about what we're going to go for first, then I can start having a look. But in saying that, we need to get the entire. I'll write it down.
We got a bunch of people in here. So hello to Grayscale Painting. Hello to GW Pitbull. Hello to Gracie Shack. Hello to Great Creations by Baby Doll. Let's see. Oh, hello, Mystic Unigon.
Hello, all.
Hello to Goswina from the Netherlands. Let's see who else.
So, what is it?
Hold on. Hello to.
Oh dear. 1.
I hope I didn't miss anybody. We're okay. If you saw the thumbnail cover for this video, for this live stream, today's a special day. It's challenge Ian what to paint. First vote. We got to do it right now because time is of the essence. If this kind of challenge painting, Ian needs extra time. He can't do his drawing ahead of time like he always does. Isn't that right? Is that the problem?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I mean, it's going to take at least half an hour for me to get a drawing down.
Oh, whoa. Okay. And maybe you should keep it as simple as possible.
Well, I will do. That's what I'm going to do today. It's going to be a fairly simple piece of artwork, really. Because 2 hours into a lot of time if we're having to vote on what it is that we're doing. I mean,
today's live stream.
Question A.
Today might be a live stream that goes an extra 30 minutes. So this live stream might go for 2.5 hours. So the first vote is the first vote question, and we're only going to have 3 questions. This is how we're challenging Ian what to paint. The first question is, do you want him to paint a cityscape, landscape, or seascape? Okay, for those people not so familiar with art, cityscape, of course, is a picture of some kind of like part of any kind of city. Seascape is the ocean, and part of the ocean. It could be cliffs and stuff like that, and landscape is some part of like the countryside, like it could be. Yeah, and there's different kinds of land. So it could be a meadow, it could be forest, it could be it could be a field that has woods and flowers. It's kind of like countryside kind of thing. So everybody just write in landscape, seascape, or cityscape. Okay,
are you gonna time it? Give them 2 minutes.
Time it. 3 minutes. It's 4:07 right now. You got till 4:10.
Right. At 4:10, that's when it closes.
Okay, 3 minutes.
So you got
3 minutes, everybody. Oh, I am on because I'm on StreamYard. I can make that banner for those people that come in late. Whatever. Either that or just repeat.
I've got it written up there. Question 1. Can people see that? We're voting. Do you want landscape?
Write that in, well, maybe other people could see that. For me, for my eyes,
no, it's fairly small, but people should be able to see it.
Oh, I think they can see that. You're right. That's the question. He wrote it out. Is it? Oh no, but I don't want. Well, if they have to put it, if they put a number, at least I'll know what they mean.
It don't matter. Just put either landscape, seascape,
cityscape, or seascape. He wrote it down. He wrote it down.
I mean, and then just count up which one got the highest.
Right. Some people might be voting with a number, so just as long as I can see, I see what that is. All right.
Well, so long as if you put 1 for landscape and 2 for, as I see it here, then that's fine.
All right. You know what? Can you write this down as I say it, though? Can you tally this up as I say it?
Right. Tell me how many landscapes.
Tally it up. Right? Hold on. Let me scroll up.
L landscape. Right. How many has that got?
Wait. Hold on. I'm scrolling up. I can't. Okay. So now, the first one was okay. We have 2 votes for landscape. We have 2 votes for landscape.
2?
Yes. We have 2
votes in total.
I'm not done yet. Wait a minute. Wait till I scroll down. That's so far.
Right. We have just count them all.
Oh no, I can't do that because I'm scrolling. Just tally them and then we're going to add them up.
Right.
2 votes for seascape.
Yes.
Okay.
Right up to now.
Oh, come on. You can't change your vote, Gracie. I'm sorry. Okay. Another vote for landscape.
Are you sure that that's not one that were part of it? It's all right. So nobody's gone for Cityscape yet.
That's right.
What time is it? It's 10 past now.
Another vote for number one. What was that? Number one is the number one.
That's landscape.
Another vote for that. Another vote for seascape.
Oh.
Another and two more votes for seascape.
Oh.
Oh, Sleestack Rule is in here. Sleestack Rule, he wants number 2.
That's Cityscape.
Oh, that loses, and that's done. The vote is done. It's 4-11.
It's passed
that's
now.
it.
So,
it's the winner.
The winner is with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. 5 Seascape. So it's going to be a Seascape.
Okay.
Right. So I'll write that down. I'm gonna scribble that out. So answer to right. Next question. What's your next question?
Is it going to be nighttime or daytime? And then after that, I'm going to ask the weather, but not yet. Okay. Next thing is vote for daytime or nighttime.
So it's just daytime, DT or NT.
Oh, can you write it out? Because people might not know that. Can you just say day, night?
Day or night. Day or night. Right. The clock start now.
Okay, let's see what time it is.
3 minutes.
4:12. You have 3 minutes until 4:15. Daytime or nighttime? We have two votes for nighttime.
Ding. Oops.
Okay.
That's one.
That's Nina.
So we've still just got 2 votes.
Yeah, just 2 votes. Oh, Goswina votes for daytime. And Goswina has a special comment to you. She says, Can you tell Ian that I upload what he wanted to see?
Oh.
Okay, 2 more minutes.
I'll have to look back at that, Goswina.
Gracie, don't tell us twice what your vote is. Nobody should put in their vote twice. Thank you. Please do not put in your vote twice.
Yeah, because it's taking long enough as it is, guys. So
hold on, and 2 more. It's probably about 2. It's 2 more minutes. Hey, Sleestack, you didn't vote. Hey, GW. Hey, GW Pitbull. He says nighttime. Oh, sorry.
So is that a 3rd vote for nighttime?
Oh yes, GW. He's a new vote there, and that's nighttime. Thanks for voting, GW.
So what should the other question be after that?
Hold on. Let me check the time. We have 1 more minute. Oh, Goswina says it's the photo video, Ian.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hold on. I don't know. Sleestack isn't. I guess he's in and out, coming and going, and he hasn't voted yet. But anyway, it doesn't matter because we only have 1 more minute.
We've got one. It's whoever's there at the time.
That's right. 1 more minute. Oh, Grayscale just painted. He's voted. He just said daytime.
Daytime. Oh, it's creeping up.
Oh, God forbid it be a tie.
Well, you have to, in a tie situation, as the chairperson, you have to put the final vote in.
Oh, okay. I will then if I have to. Well, we still have 30 seconds left. Oh, that's it. Ding, 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 ding. We're done.
Ding.
So
that's it.
Daytime or nighttime?
So I've got 3 for nighttime and 2 for daytime.
All right, it's going to be a nighttime seascape. And the last thing, this is the last thing we're going to vote on is the weather.
Right.
Now, since it's nighttime,
well,
I'm not going to ask Sunny, of course.
Is weather something that's easily painted?
Okay, weather. It could be.
Well, think of some
What
of
do you say? What do you think, Ian?
I don't know. Should it have an object or not in it? What should an object? I tell you what, rather than it being a this or that.
Stormy. Somebody had suggested that stormy could be a weather, stormy, right?
Yeah, but well, yeah, but they're just elements of a painting.
No, you make the seascape how you want. Whether you want a lighthouse in it, whether you want that's open to your interpretation.
Right.
Okay. Any extra elements you want to add to a nighttime seascape? That's all up to you. That's open. That's all open ended.
Well, this question: what would you like to see in it? In this nighttime, this is open. This is open to Would you like it to be a lighthouse, a boat, a ship? Anything that might be associated with a sea, the sea.
Well, to make it simple, we could have you make that decision yourself. You make that decision, and we were just going to vote. We're just going to vote on the weather.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll try. It's just it's getting that narrow now. I might not be able to find any kind of reference for it.
Right, it's what's easiest for you, and it's what's easiest for you to like find a reference for, or if. Here, okay.
All right then. Well, you guys vote on. What
the weather.
What the weather? Calm weather or what type? What element?
Clear. And if it's clear, you're probably going to show a full moon, probably. So.
A full moon, clear or stormy or whatever.
That's right, yeah. Clear, and then if it's clear, you're probably going to show a full moon. Stormy, and maybe we just have those two choices, whether it's clear or stormy, right? That would be simple.
Generally, they're the two elements that you get. You either get one or other, don't you?
Right. That keeps it simple, clear or stormy. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see the time.
One then. I'm just gonna go ahead and have a look at.
And they already started voting, so you have 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everybody. Right. Clear or stormy? Jen said this is so much fun. Okay. Jen said, okay, we have a vote for stormy. We have a vote for clear weather. We have another vote for stormy. And we have another vote for stormy. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Oh, we have another vote for stormy. Okay, 2 more minutes. Where's GW Pitbull? Oh, he's the one that suggested this before, but the storminess. But he has to actually vote for this. So if he's not here, I'm not taking his. But he has to actually vote for this.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting an awful lot of.
Okay, let's say 1 more minute. 1 more minute. Where's GW Pitbull? Skeeter. Skeeter. We're challenging Ian. Pick a stormy night on the sea. Stormy, or do you want clear? Skeeter, do you want stormy or clear weather? You have 1 minute to vote. 1 minute to vote, Skeeter. You want to see stormy or clear weather? We're challenging Ian what to vote. We'll probably have 30 seconds.
Oh dear.
Are you painting your face? Oh, come on. Come on, Skeeter. Are you going to vote? Let's say. That's it. Time's up. Skeeter never voted. So what is it? What's the vote? Stormy or clear?
I don't know. You have to tell me.
No, you tallied it. Didn't you tally
No,
it? When
I said I will. No, I said I was going away to have a look at some pictures.
Oh my
Can you
goodness!
not go?
Let
Can
me
you not
scroll
go
up.
look
I got.
and look?
Can you
how
please?
many
Can
people
you
said
please
it?
write it down when I say it? Now I'm going to scroll up. Okay.
Right. Night.
In case you were wondering about objects, in case you were wondering, there's 4 people in here saying they want a lighthouse.
Well, I'll see if I can find a lighthouse that
4
is
people are saying lighthouse.
what clear and cloudy, weren't it? Clear
I
and
didn't.
clear
You
and
didn't.
stormy, right? They were the 2, weren't they? Go on.
Oh, Gracie was counting. She said there was 4 for stormy and 3 oh no, Gaswina says there was 3 for stormy and 2 for clear.
Right, fair enough. We'll go in with that.
Wins.
Stormy. So we're gonna have a stormy night.
Yes.
Seascape.
And if you want to, if you want to put a lighthouse in, you can. But 4 people did say they'd like to see a lighthouse, but you don't have to. I mean, that's open ended.
If I can find it, stormy
you
night.
don't have to. If time is of the essence.
Escape. Right, that's what we're gonna do. I'm looking now.
People are thinking this is fun, Ian. They think this is fun.
I mean, we've still got other things that we can add where you can contribute during the actual painting.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
okay. Yeah, whatever it is.
When I get to a certain point and I've got a question, I'll just ask.
Yeah.
And I say, what do we want to do with this?
Oh, yes, you're right.
I'll have a look, see if I can find light house. Lighthouse. Ooh. Got some lighthouses. But,
all right. So Ian is looking at his reference photos.
Nothing that has anything that's particularly stormy. It's almost as though.
Oh, but I'm thinking of a painting that I saw Grayscale do. He did that big giant wave hitting up against. It was like a 30-foot wave hitting up against the lighthouse.
I think I've got one. That'll be a bit complicated, that. Right. I'm going to be about 3 or 4 minutes.
All right.
Before we make a start, because I think I've got one.
All right. Well, 3 or 4 minutes, and I don't. So he has
just got to download it from system. You see.
Right. So I don't know if I could do some screen share thing. I don't know. I don't know. 3 or 4 minutes, we can just chat.
Well, what I could do is send it to you, the image that I'm thinking of, and you could put that up if you want. See if people.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, you just put you put it on your system, and then you just put the image up rather than the website connect. Oh, it don't matter. You'll see it when it's done. I just want a convincing wave splashing up against.
Hi, old beer buzzard. So we're taking Ian's taking about 5 minutes. We just did a chat. We just did a vote because we're challenging Ian what to paint, and the way we did it was voting on 3 different elements of a painting, and we just finished the vote. Now Ian is taking 5 minutes to find reference photos, because the vote went towards stormy night seascape, with a lighthouse if possible. The lighthouse is open-ended, but it definitely has to be nighttime, stormy seascape.
So we just very many waves crashing again. Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Hi, Jen's Wild About Art. Hello, old beer buzzard, which is Chalk. Hello, Chalk.
Oh. I'll have it as a backup reference. Right, I'm nearly done. Sorry, you need that there, don't you? Right then. Well, the treat today is you get to see me draw it out. Yippee-di-do.
Oh, a lot of people love watching drawing.
Well, it's the issue is with that is that you can't always see what it is that you're.
Oh, you mean we can't see what you're drawing?
Yeah, it's not always very good to see that. Right, where have I put? Where has that gone? Ooh. Sorry. Come on. Nope. Oh, here we go.
Oh, you guys, don't forget to give a thumbs up on your way in or right now or on your way out. And also, if you could share it out on your community tab if you have a community tab, or on Twitter or on Facebook. And I'm going to share it right now. I'm going to share it right out now on my community tab.
Right. What is it? It's very heavily coloured in this. I don't know why. But we've got this like very ornate thing at the top here. Like that. And remember, it's at night, so you're only going to see certain elements of it.
You could delete if it's too ornamental.
Well, we're going to go for simple and
simple. That's right.
Very loose.
Yep.
We've got
that. That's right.
And we've got like a balustrade or whatever they have round edges of these things so that you don't fall off.
Oh yeah, that thing. That thing could be hard to paint. You could probably just leave that out.
It's a bit decorative there. It don't matter. I mean, you can do faux decoration. That's what I call that, faux decoration. Remember what we did other week with the Eiffel Tower?
Yes.
We didn't put every little bit of detail in, did we?
No.
You can do that.
Well, that's how you are. You don't put every bit of detail in. You do a lot of suggestion.
That's it. Suggestion is the art of.
Is that
we are doing it?
Is that what your hero Alvaro does? Does he do a lot of suggestion?
Yeah, it is very well. It's very. He's expressive, but he's impressionistic. So if you want to call that
suggestive, that a lot of times impressionistic is suggestive.
Right, and then there's this bit here that's almost like promenadal.
Can I
if you want to call it that?
Yes, Grace, share this live stream on your Facebook. That's what sharing means. That's right. Share it on your Facebook. Share this live stream on your Facebook. Share it on Twitter. Share it on your community tab. Yeah, thank you. That's what it means. Yeah, thank you, Gracie. And Jen's wild about art. She goes, cool bananas.
I'm just gonna work.
Is that what she said? Yeah, cool bananas.
So that's there. So I'm gonna make a slight alteration there. There you go. Right. And again, it's about being economical with drawing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have a like a. It's just smashing against that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Skeeter says Bob Ross is Pickerick's daddy. Really?
Wait a minute. But does that make Pickerick?
Pickerick doesn't even do art.
No, but wait a minute. Didn't we say over a week that?
Yeah, there's something else that
Gracie was
love child. And somebody said, does that make her a happy accident?
No, but I'm thinking, does that make them two like relatives?
Oh, does that make them relatives?
Well, if one's his daughter, if one's a love child and the other one's the child of, he's had a lot of kids. This Bob Ross, hasn't he? 2. He'd be in prison if he were in China. Oh dear. Right. There you go. Right, that's me done drawing wise, I think. Wait a minute. No, I'm lying. There's some weird lighting going off. It looks as though there's some kind of lighting that's been dramatically placed on it for some reason. Just to make it look.
Oh, that's good. You want drama is always good in art.
Drama is good.
Not on YouTube. We don't like to see drama on YouTube, but drama in art is good.
Oh, that reminds me. You promised me a rant of the day.
Here's my rant of the day.
Go on then.
It's been about 52 days, and my channel is still under review. On December 31st, the New Year's Eve, December 31st, I got my 4,000th hour. I achieved 4,000 hours, and YouTube recognized that. And my channel went under review starting January 1st. Guess what? It's been 52 days, and my channel's still under review. People tell me, oh, contact them on Twitter. That's the best way to contact them. I've contacted them 2 times within 1 week and never heard back from them. I give up on trying to keep contacting them. Somebody else said, go through the feedback thing. That worked for me. And so I did that, like send them feedback and tell them all the details about the problem. Did that, never heard from them. Now, my hope, this is my hope. I mean, this is my light at the end of the tunnel, is that my friend Dina at another channel, she said it took her 2 months, so it's not even been 2 months yet, almost. It took her 2 months for her channel to be monetized. And she said it's not uncommon to take 2 or 3 months, because we keep hearing everybody else, oh, I got it in 3 days, or that person got it in 4 days, that person got it in a week. Yeah, that does happen. But other times, it's she said, Dina, I trust what she says. She's very knowledgeable. She says it's not uncommon for channels to take 2 or 3 months to be monitored, to be reviewed, have their review take that long until they get monetized. So that's it.
It's gonna, because of the painting and the way it is. I'm looking at that now, and because I put an horizon there, I'm looking at that, and that's making perspective look totally and utterly wrong. Ian, get a grip. There you go, that's better.
Peter says, Gracie, you're the Mona Lisa. Oh, what's that about? I gotta scroll up.
Which one? The one that's underneath the Mona Lisa painting, or the Mona Lisa? Because there's 2 paintings in Mona Lisa. There you go. Only aficionados know that. Only those people who are in glitterati. It's a secret message.
What is glitterati? Is that like paparazzi?
No, well, you've heard of not the glitterati, Illuminati, haven't you? You've heard of the Illuminati.
That's a school. That's that's
Illuminati.
Like a school and style of art. Is that right?
No, they're a secret society, Illuminati.
Oh, in some movie?
Yeah, well, not in some movies. They're supposed to be real, but they're not. I don't know. It's all conspiracy theory stuff, right? So I've put the movie.
Part of Lord of the Rings.
No, not Lord of the Rings.
Because I really don't know anything about Lord of the Rings. So that's. Oh, you're saying? Oh, it's like Illuminati is like a. What are they, like a society?
A secret society that rule the world, allegedly. But anyway, I don't know whether they do or not. There's lots of conspiracy theories around them.
So they love conspiracy theories.
Hey? So I call myself the glitterati.
You why? You don't use glitter. I'm the glitter. I love glitter.
No, listen, one person once dropped some glitter, right? And that glitter spread throughout the entire planet, and it's everywhere now. It's everywhere. It's on my desk, and I don't even have glitter.
Oh no!
That's what glitter. That is what glitter's like. It gets everywhere.
Right.
So
maybe you're also referring to the fact that everybody is composed of 93% stardust.
But it depends what you consider to be stardust.
Well, there's a certain scientific theory that says that.
Well, of course we are. We're all carbon based. There's only one or two.
In our blood is iron that is also seen in stars or something like that.
Yeah, we definitely are made of everything that the stars are made of. There ain't some special chemical that we are made of. We're all carbon. We're a carbon life form. Everything in the galaxy is made from carbon.
Yeah, carbon.
The only other thing that exists in the galaxy that isn't carbon is silicone. And that's something that's completely inert.
Silicone, you mean naturally occurring silicone?
Naturally occurring silicone, yes.
Naturally occurring silicone. Oh, Morris, Jackie, wait a minute. Am I seeing this right?
The two main components.
I'm on somebody else's channel.
Our galaxy, or whatever you want to call it.
I got on somebody else's live stream by accident. I was going to shout them out.
Right. Before I fiddle anymore. There we go. So what we've got, it's slightly surreal.
Oh, we can see that. That's good. Okay, let me put you on the big screen.
So we've got the moon. All right.
Nice.
That's going to slowly but surely go down into an inky black there. We've got this swirl of a wave hitting this part of the lighthouse, and then the lighthouse, which is lit up very colourfully. So,
okay.
And all that's against the back
like a big wave. Big wave.
Eh?
Did you say there's the storm? The storminess is a big wave.
Yeah, that there.
Big giant waves.
It's just a wave that's splashing up against the side of the. It's just a bit made up. Might not look good in the final because it's.
We tell you about it because you have to do this on the spur of the moment. So we tell everybody's understanding about that. Right.
So let's crack on then. First thing I have to do is transfer this piece of paper onto Yodi watercolor paper, because you never ever do your drawing up unless you're on location onto your actual piece of watercolor paper, because if you try drawing something and it don't work and then you try rubbing it out, you're going to make a mess of your paper.
Gaswina and Gracie both say looks great and beautiful drawing.
It's something you must always avoid doing that with watercolor paper. You do not draw on it unless you're out in the field, and then when you're out and about drawing.
I'm confused. Wait a minute. So every time we ever start a live stream, you always have had your drawing already drawn on your paper?
Yes, because what I do is I pre-draw it, right? Get it all worked out how I want it, and I'm going to go through this process now.
Okay.
What I do.
Transfer it.
Yeah, transfer it. So if I can find, this is what I call a bullet. It's a graphite stick. So, and if you've got some, what do they call it? Some of that paper, that transfer paper. use
Transfer
that,
paper, right?
but I haven't.
Oh,
So,
Pappy Moon, our French friend, he speaks French. Welcome.
So I'm making my own, basically.
Oh, Mystic just made something interesting. She goes, "Yum! I just mixed fresh grapefruit and juice with strawberries and added a little bit of sugar."
Oh,
Okay.
why is
Wait.
that, to get rid of the bitterness?
Yeah, the bitterness of the grapefruit. A little bit of sugar isn't bad. That's good. That sounds good.
Sounds like a fruit salad to me. You have fruit salads over in
Oh
America?
my goodness! My mom and aunt. No, my mom. My mom used to make the best fruit salad. Awesome fruit salad.
It used to be the pudding after dinner, that, on a Sunday.
Fruit salad. Oh my goodness! Now you just reminded me. Oh my goodness! She used to make the most awesome fruit salad. Right.
Okay. So right, we've filled it in with graphite. What's next? Right, this is where we have to set this up. No, what did I do to make this work? Oh yeah. Well, just to start with, did I use this? Because it looks a bit too big. So I'm just gonna, for time being, place that in that.
Oh, Waldorf salad is good, right?
Waldorf salad.
Waldorf salad is very good. My mom made a different kind of fruit salad, though.
But that's not a fruit salad, is it? A Waldorf salad.
Waldorf salad has. Wait a minute. That might be.
That's a vegetable salad.
Fruit.
Is it?
It could be. I think a Waldorf salad is lettuce leaves with apple slices on it and walnuts.
Does it have it may have apple, but I thought it were a savoury salad, a Waldorf salad.
I think it's savory, but it has some fruit in it.
Right.
Apple slices and walnuts. I think.
So I'm just very, very quickly. Can somebody keep an eye on time for me?
So do you want me to tell you when the time is up?
What time is it now?
4:43.
We'll have to really push it.
This is a challenge. This is definitely a challenge for Ian. We're challenging Ian today.
You're saying that I do have that extra half hour, don't I? So
yes.
Well, I'll not stress about it then. Always remember, it's going to be a bit loose, this. So who really cares?
That's fine.
It's like loose is the magic word. Loose.
Loose is goose. Seven thumbs up, everybody. Oh God, only 8 in here. That's right. Okay.
8.
8 watching. 7 thumbs up. If you forgot to give a thumbs up, please give a thumbs up. Okay. And they're talking about Waldorf salad in here.
All right. Pretty
hardcore. I think we have a question.
All right.
All right. Gracie says, Diana, does Ian use tracing paper or graphite paper? No, right? You just colored on the back? You colored graphite on the back of paper, right?
Whatever I draw on, I just get some. I just get a block of graphite, color that side,
right,
as best I can, and lay it down on it, and then when you draw over it,
you just colored that with graphite, a graphite stick, right? A graphite stick.
Yes, it's a graphite stick.
A graphite stick.
And any pencil will do.
A pencil will do, but graphite sticks are really good because they're
Covers a bigger area.
Okay, graphite stick or graphite pencil if you have to, and color it all on the back of a paper, and then so he created his own graphite paper. It's his own graphite paper that he handmade.
Well, it's just the actual drawing with graphite at the back of it. It's a pretty normal thing for people to do that. I mean, to be frank, getting graphite paper ain't always good because it can leave a really bad stain in your paper.
That's what I have transfer paper.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best thing to use for certain mediums.
Yeah.
For some mediums, it doesn't matter. Watercolor is probably not a good idea.
Especially when you think that there are some that the graphite paper, the graphite, the trace, the transfer color is blue. You can get it and it's blue and it's not very nice.
It's no good for watercolor. I think it's okay
really.
for other mediums, but it's no good for watercolor.
Mm-hmm. So now I'm I hope you can see that. I'm placing it in place. That's all in place.
Rena said you can also use charcoal.
Yes, you can. Yeah, that's another good option. If you've got a block of charcoal, put that on the back of it. Although it can be a little bit mucky, that, so just be careful. Yeah. Anything that will transfer powder from one thing to another. The people who in ancient time, what they used to do is draw, if they were doing Sistine Chapel for some strange reason, they'd draw it out on a piece of paper, and they'd put powder on back of it, and then they'd like put a pin on it and go beep 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 with pin.
Oh,
and then pull it,
transfer, right?
And then pull it off,
right?
And then join all dots, dot to dot, and then they have a perfect transfer.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's how they used to do it back in the day. Right, so it looks like I'm gonna have to be. I'm gonna slightly alter my camera because it's obviously not showing all of the. Oh, wait a minute, that way, that helps. Right. That's it. I can see it all now.
Goodness. Right. Yeah, we can see that.
Right, ready.
What happened?
Right. So, what to do
this
first?
This is challenging for Ian.
Well, it's a little bit challenging.
It's nerve-wracking for him.
Okay. Could be a complete disaster.
That's okay. See, it's all right. It's all right.
Right. No. Which set of colour should I use? Here we go. Now, if I can get this over here, you can actually see me doing the colouring as well, which is a bonus. Bonus!
All right. Oh, Gracie says she'll be back later. She's going for more foot.
What?
She's going for more food.
Food?
Oh, okay, Gracie. Okay, come back soon.
Right. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. She talked about the dream catcher.
Righty-dokie. We're almost ready to start. So what am I going to do? Oh, faithful. Still here, even though I've mended it, and I'll probably have it for years, and it'll be one of my favourite brushes, even though it's broke. But there you go. That's what you get when you buy cheap. So first things
But you
first.
really like that brush, right?
Hey,
You really like that brush.
it's got a nice the point on it is great for a big juicy brush like this.
Yeah,
When you apply it, it goes to such a lovely point. It's great,
yeah.
and that's what you want. It might look big and fluffy at the moment, but when you put a point on under it, and it's look at that, how much of for a big brush, how much of
Yeah.
a point is
A
that?
pointed mop brush. I don't have any pointed mop brushes. I'd like to get one.
So I'm thinking now, what colours could I do to make this? It's going to have to be fairly dark the night, isn't it? Something like a Prussian blue, maybe.
Maybe.
Or have I got a some kind of no, what do they call it? Payne's grey.
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear Gus Wiener's comment about challenges?
Yes.
She says she loves to do challenges, and what she does is I do it with reference photos where people can vote on it in Facebook.
Yes, I've seen Gosh Wiener on Facebook.
Okay.
Do you know what? Much as I'd love to do a bit more Facebook live, it's I don't know. It's a bit. It seems to be a little bit clunky to me because
Really?
whenever when you go on it, some chat, it goes from one place to another and you think, whoa, where's all chat going?
I can actually do a live stream if I want right now. I could do a live stream to
Yeah, you
Facebook.
could do from
Facebook and StreamYard. I can do both at the same time if I wanted.
All right,
I haven't done that ahead of time though. I haven't done that. That would be a good thing to try to do on a Friday. Maybe next Friday I'll try to do a live stream for the first time.
Don't you need to have the full
version?
version?
I have the paid version. I have the paid version.
Oh dear. Well, you can do it. You just set it up to do both then.
You just set it up to do it. I've never done it before, so I might try it for next Friday.
And you can put it on other things as well. It can go on several other platforms.
I might be limited. I think. Well, I don't want to put it on other platforms. I might be limited, but I think I can only.
If you were a paid up person, right?
Yeah, but there's different.
You're not limited at all.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Aggressive, man.
I only want to just live stream.
Well, I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, you bet if you're not a person who's overly technically, proficient, then you're best off keeping it as simple as you possibly can.
Yeah, simple at first, and then you can even try to get more comfortable with more complexity.
Oh, yeah, but once you know that you can do something competently and deal with it when it goes wrong.
For the first part, I would just try to do Facebook and YouTube at once.
Mm-hmm.
I've never live streamed on Facebook before. I've never tried because I thought, well, I got a YouTube channel that I really matters more to me on that because I'm trying to get hours and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Seems in the actual painting that down at the horizon area like that, it seems to go like that. There's a deep purple there. Now another colour that we can look at while we're get that morning.
Please Stack was in here at the beginning, but he's not. I guess he's not in here now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gus Winnish, she says, I don't know how to do both at the same time. You have to have StreamYard and then you have the paid version of StreamYard gives you the option of streaming to several platforms at the same time. But for me, I don't know if I can do several, but I know I can do two at the same time. I don't know if I can do more than two at the same time. if you're just on YouTube streaming, that will not allow you to stream to YouTube is not going to allow you to stream to other platforms besides YouTube. You have to be on StreamYard to do it.
No, it's StreamYard that does it. You can't stream from YouTube to another platform. The YouTube is the final destination.
Right.
That's the output, the final output. So, because light's coming from there, that's his light source. Right.
Oh, let's see. Grayscale Painting says it's not a bad. Hold on, let me read this. It's not a bad price per month on StreamYard.
Is it?
Actually, per month. If you pay per month, that's a lot more expensive than if you just pay the annual fee.
Is it $20 a month? Is it?
20. I think it's something like that, and then annually it might be 160.
All right. Well, that's not bad, is it? 160.
No, it's not bad. I think that's the price. Oh, let's see. Jen's What About Art says, I'd be hard because different platforms allow different things. What?
Yeah, I know what she means. I mean, there's certain rules on
Facebook. That's your friend.
Just be when you live stream, and at the end of the day, just take into account that you're in a public environment, and that's it. They can't, they might. I mean, if you want a rant of the week, I've got one. YouTube sent a new set of terms of use for because UK's left the EU, they've jumped straight on and said, well, now you're under American law.
Really?
I don't think so.
I know, really? That's crazy.
If you come to have a fight with me and have a war where I have a gun pointed at your face, yes, I'll come under your law if I lose. But no, that's not how it works. It's called international law, and only Nazis do things like that. So that's my rant of the week. But, well, if they want to cut me off of YouTube, so be it. I'd sooner keep my freedom.
Oh, and Grayson says StreamYard is the easiest streaming platform for me to fathom. So free StreamYard, and yes, because before StreamYard there was Hangouts, and I took all these notes. I took like 4 pages of notes on how to stream on Hangouts, and I never learned. I had taken all the notes, and I was just about to do that when they were changing over to StreamYard, so I never had to do it. And StreamYard, I don't have to take notes at all. It's self-explanatory. I figured it out myself. Very easy. Streaming on StreamYard is very easy compared to Hangouts.
Put it this way: if you can't stream on StreamYard, live stream on and control that, and you didn't really ought to be doing live videos.
You could learn. I'm sure you could learn, but if you couldn't learn it after somebody explained it to you, then I guess you just do
you're not made for
live streaming.
There's a certain amount of competence that you need to drive, for example, and if you can't grasp it, then you shouldn't be driving.
Right?
Well, it's exactly the same with technology. If you can't grasp it, leave it alone. Go and do something that your mind will be happy with.
Yeah, like Gracie said, StreamYard is super easy. Even she can figure it out. That's the truth. It's the truth. I couldn't believe with Hangouts, I took like 3 or 4 pages of notes. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Right.
Not StreamYard.
Well, we're almost at the stage.
What?
We're almost at the stage where I can say quite rightly that I've got my first level of paint now.
Okay, first layer.
Yeah. There you go. Take that. Take that, people who doubted me. Take that. I'm in that kind of frame of mind today. I'm sorry. So what I'm doing here is what I put on, I'm taking off because us watercolorists, we like doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We put it on and then we take it off.
Yeah, I get it. Because it doesn't totally take it away. It leaves it leaves a more subtle. It leaves a more subtle paint, a paint layer. Oh my goodness, OBS. I don't think I'd ever be able to figure out OBS. Let's see, who's talking about OBS?
Right, just think of it like this. You've got a stage and you've got actors on the stage. And all you do is pull various elements into that stage. And what's on the stage is what you see. And that's it. And then all you do is you set it up with correct code and send it to Facebook, send it to YouTube or whatever it is that you send it to. And there's loads of videos on how to do that setting up.
Oh yeah, you watch it. I would have to watch how-to videos on it. But Gracie's saying, "Oh my goodness!"
Thing is
that OBS and Streamlabs, I would probably have a heart attack over that. But you have to watch how-to videos on it.
No, honestly, I think people like create anxiety around themselves about it, and it's not that hard.
No, I've heard OBS is hard to at first to get it, and then once you get it, then it's very easy once you get it. But trying to get the hang of it is difficult.
That's the case with any computerized program, isn't it?
No, something like StreamYard's easy to get.
Yeah, because they're probably not that hard of concept in the first place. But in reality, video and video editing and video streaming is a very complicated thing. It's only because of things like StreamYard where they've put the front end in a way that most people who ain't got a clue about video editing, they put it in a way that you guys can understand it, that you're able to do it.
You're talking about video editing now?
Well, all the genre within video production, which video streaming is part of.
Well,
believe me, if you think it's complicated now, you want to have been doing it 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Believe me, it was hard.
No, it was. I know it was harder before. It was harder years ago.
I mean, I go back to when you used to have a special motherboard.
Oh, I know. It was much harder years ago.
Called a pinnacle board. And you used to have to, for every time you wanted to send a different type of video format, you had to alter the codec on it and literally take the pins out and put it in another pin slot. Physically do it. And it was really complicated because if you didn't get right pins in right slot, you blew your card up. £500. Bye-bye.
I took back in college. I took Intro to Computer Science in the early '80s. Do you know how different it was back then?
Oh yeah. I mean, I can remember doing little bits of things on. I mean, earliest computers I ever went on, what BBC Micros. But the one I remember working a lot on with art was the Commodore Amiga.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
No, I vaguely remember that word, but no.
Yeah, Commodore Amiga. They were one of the first home computers that you could do art on.
Because it was in the early '90s that I took my first computer graphics class.
Right.
And it was not that. I think it was Photoshop. I think it was Photoshop.
Well, it would have been, because at the end of the day, at the time, that were only program available. Apart from maybe Coral Paint, that were around. But there weren't very many other programs.
Yeah, I think it must have been Photoshop.
It will have been.
Oh, they're talking about editing videos. I love editing. Gracie says she doesn't know anything about editing. Mystic says, LOI, I have no patience to massively edit videos. I love editing videos.
Well, I'm about to start making a video that shows how to, without having to pay for any video editing packages, how to make a video.
Oh, I got a whole bunch of apps. I just figured out a whole bunch of apps to use on I do all my video editing on my iPad, and it's wonderful.
Well, you can do, but for those who don't have an iPad and just have a computer,
most people are trying to do video editing on their laptop or their desktop. That's what they try to do.
Well, they're not trying to do it globally. You've got a better chance of being able to do it on a computer than you have on an iPad.
Whatever. I figured it out. And I love it.
Because the amount of memory you've got in a computer is a lot higher than an iPad.
I can't. For my vision, I can't. I have to crane my neck so much, and I don't like that. And
well,
I know you could probably do a lot more fancier things with motion and I've heard some, I don't know, things you could do more fancier things if you're doing it on your laptop or desktop, but I'm happy with what I can do on my iPad with different apps that I use.
Do you not ever benefit from a pair of glasses or anything?
No, I don't. I'm not so stupid like that. God, if it was a pair of glasses that could what my glasses help me do is if I'm trying to make jewelry. So because I do have jewelry making supplies and I have made some jewelry. So they only do the high magnification in the one lens, and those glasses cost $500 and insurance didn't pay for that. So they only put that high magnification in one lens. The other lens is just nothing. So so it's high magnification in the one lens. I still have to hold it right up to my face if I want to read. If I want to read like that, or if I do jewelry making and I want to be hands-free, because what I do is I use my magnifying glass all the time. Yep. But if I want to be hands-free, I have to hold it right up to my face. So it does me no good to crane my neck over my laptop to be hands-free. So what I do is, what I do is using on my iPad and I zoom things up. And if I can't zoom things up, then I use my magnifying glass and I can hold my iPad very easily right up to my face.
Right.
No, they cannot correct my vision to 20/20. No, that's the definition of legal blindness. Legal blindness starts at 2200 vision, and it doesn't mean you're totally blind. Yes, there are people that are totally blind that are legally blind, but if you're legally blind, it doesn't necessarily mean you're totally blind. I'm partially blind my vision is below 2200 vision.
Well, I mean, I'm blind in one eye.
Right?
in one eye. So
Totally blind in one eye, right?
Well, put it this way, all I see is blur in front of me.
That would really mess with your depth perception, right?
What it does mess with is angles.
Yeah.
Because what it does is it takes what would normally be 180 degrees of view, and it crunches it down to 90 degrees of view.
So if you're driving, you got to turn your head to make sure you see everything.
Yeah, I have narrowed vision in that sense.
You still drive, right?
No, I don't drive at all.
Because here in the United States, if you're blind only in one eye and you have normal vision in your other, drive.
If I wanted to, I could drive. It's just that I don't feel in all good conscience that I'm in a position where I would want to, because if I didn't see something through one end of my eye and I ended up killing somebody or hurting anybody,
that's right.
You know, rightly, I deserve to go to prison.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. What's the chat saying? They're talking about computers.
I know we've bored them to death with social interaction and all that kind of stuff.
Well, Guswina said she began with MS-DOS.
MS-DOS?
Yes.
Well, well, I think that started in late 1970s. MS-DOS.
Oh, Goswina. So she said she has never learned at school to work with computers. I way back in the early 80s, whatever I learned about computers back then, I don't think transferred at all over to anything that I know now. Then, and then in the 90s, I did learn Photoshop, and maybe that helped me a little bit, but everything that I learned, like on my iPad more recently, iPad with apps, I just teach myself, and for the most part, I'm able to teach myself, but if I can't, then I watch YouTube videos on how to learn something.
The way we use computers alters all the time, but the basic function of a computer is still basically the same. Even back to the date when computers were first starting to be built, they all use things called logic gates. If you've ever read what one of those is.
No.
It's an electronic way of saying yes or no. And if you can say yes or no to a question, you can compute a certain amount of things. Like, you know how digital things work? On, off, 1 or 0.
Oh yeah, the 1 0 1 0 1 0.
Yeah. If you've got a logic gate that can switch on and off electronically, you've got a computer. And that's all that computers do. They switch on and off.
Their language is all about 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 0, all that.
Yeah, that's basically it. And that has been the case since, you know, the looms that they used to use for making.
Oh yes, it connects with that. It relates to that.
Yeah,
I remember.
I forget what they call them. They had a strip of paper, and it either had an hole punched in it, or it didn't have and every time the machine, it would go, oh, that's an hole, that means I need to do this. Boom. That's not an hole, I need not to do that. And that is exactly what a computer does.
Yes, I remember. I've heard of that relation between weaving and computers.
Yeah. And they were the first real computers, even before electronics existed. We're talking like 1800s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna have to leave this for a bit to dry.
Hi, Lori Files. We got our 2 Australians in here, Jen's Wild About Art and Lori Files.
Right.
And Lori Files is joining my 365 days focus art challenge.
Well, I'm going to try to, but this is
You are too, but you're doing it in your own way, which is fine.
So yeah, because I've already made it. I made a start in January on mine anyway. So you know, it's just a personal challenge to me to
Yeah,
try and get you know.
Try and get what? Like, what is it? What is it that you're doing?
Try and get 360 paintings done in that time limit. You know,
Really?
365 days.
Oh, because I've told people, there's a lot of people that I've left it open that they can focus their challenge on any aspect of their art that they want to focus on, and they have to focus on that every day. But many of them are actually doing female faces, but we don't have to paint or draw a female face every day. If something is long term and it takes 5 days to paint it, those days count towards the challenge.
That's fair enough, as long as you spend some time in the day. The idea behind these kind of challenges is that you spend some time in the day working on your creativity.
Yes.
Whatever that might be. Now, to be honest with you, I work in my creativity every day anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
Even if
For
I'm
me,
not.
it's more than that. It's being more. It's like I'm having a more of a focus. It's not just painting anything I want every single day. Like, oh, I'll paint a landscape today and a portrait tomorrow. For me, it's more. It's like a That's why it's called Focus Art Challenge.
Yeah. That's what it boils down to for you, doesn't it?
Right. Well, however you want to interpret it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like that's the critical junction for you. With me, I'm more interested in productivity at the moment.
Okay, that's good.
How can I produce 365 pieces of artwork, and at the end of the day, are there going to be gallery quality paintings?
Wow.
See, I could do it. I mean, I could do 360 paintings in a month, but are there going to be any good?
Yeah.
No. So what I'm looking at is two things: the quality of the work that I'm doing, and the level of productivity, and how often I do one.
And you're trying to challenge yourself every day?
Yeah. Well, you would. Some days I do a couple of paintings a day, so I may not. It may not take me that. You know what I mean? But the idea is to try and not rush through it, and do a decent painting or piece of artwork that's of a decent level and quality.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to work. I mean, like I say, in the past I've done 4 or 5 paintings in a day, but maybe only one of those paintings has been one where I've gone, oh, I'm happy with that. So it's not about bulk.
Oh, okay. So out of all those,
quality.
You mean so out of all those you paint, out of a whole bunch that you paint, you're going to pick a few that are of quality that you want, that you like?
No. Every painting that I'm doing right this year, I want it to be in this challenge, I want it to be of a decent standard, and not one that I'm rushing because I'm doing it as a challenge.
Oh, okay.
So I've got to do at least one piece of artwork each day that I'm happy to say, yeah, I would sell that, or it'd go in a gallery.
Right.
Yeah.
And you would and you're saying in the challenge you're trying to produce something, a quality piece like that in one. You're challenging yourself to do that in one day.
Yeah. Well, you can do with watercolor. It's not a process that. It's not as though I'm doing. I'm not painting the Sistine Chapel, am I?
Well, no.
I'm not painting a big oil painting. It's, you know, you kind of.
Okay. With watercolor, it's different. Okay.
Well, you can be a lot quicker with watercolors, but that don't. The thing is that in the issue that I'm wanting to look at, I don't want to be quick. I want to be good but productive. Because I've done paintings in the past where I've been very productive, but only one in five of them are of a quality that I will go, oh, I'd be prepared to buy that or sell it, if you know what I mean.
Wait, say that again. What were you saying about? I'm sorry, I was reading a comment.
I've done paintings and I've done them, because of like for doing a challenge, like I don't know, the watercolor month of the, things like that.
Oh yeah, I forget the watercolor challenge.
I've gone and done those, and I've looked back at them and I've gone, I've spent an entire month doing all these challenges, and there's not one there that I would hang up on a wall.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm looking at this year is yeah, I'm going to challenge myself to do so many paintings, i.e. one a day, but it's got to be of a quality and a standard that I'm happy with.
Okay.
Now, that has also got to sit inside of all my other projects and responsibilities that I've got.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right.
So, plus life responsibilities.
Right.
So,
I guess if you have to skip some days, and that's okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, to me, doing a painting every day ain't an issue because I do that most days anyway.
Yeah.
It's very rare that, I mean, occasionally I might have a day off if I'm not feeling 100%. But more often than not, I do a piece of artwork every day because that's what you do to try and get to that, quality level. You've got to get the hours in. You know what they say about that 10,000 hours and all that sort of stuff.
10,000 hours. What are you talking about? 4,000 hours on YouTube?
No.
Or what are you talking about? 10,000 hours?
To get good at anything, they say, psychologists say anyway, you've got to have practiced for around about 10,000 hours.
Whoa, okay. Okay, wait, we have a question. The Lori Files, she says, Ian, can you define quality and standard? Oh, I have to say that's probably very subjective.
No, you can't, because that's different for everybody and it's different for every type of painting and art.
Exactly.
What I consider to be, I know what level I'm at, right? Now, it's debatable from other people's viewpoint whether my art's good or bad, right? And I accept that. Some people might look at my art and think, you absolute amateur. Some people might look at my art and go, wow, that's amazing. That's the best painting I've ever seen. So it's somewhere between that. And it fluctuates. And as a semi-professional artist, it annoys me that. You know what I mean?
What annoys you, please? I'm sorry that I was reading comments. I'm trying to listen to you and read comments.
The fact that sometimes you can fluctuate between being having a really good painting, and you think, oh, next time my painting's just going to be just as good.
Oh,
and you come to
right.
that next painting, and it's worst painting
No,
you've ever done.
no. I saw that. How you go up and down, but
It happens. It's your progression is not always linear.
yeah, it's not linear. It's not linear going up and up and up and up. It's like it's going. It can supposed to like
It can
go
go
up,
sideways. It can
up
go
and down, up
sideways.
and down, up and down, up and down. Even though it increases going up, but every time it increases going up, it's like a down and up and up, down and up. Even though it's moving towards the goal, but it's not always up, 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 up. It's like up, down, up, down, up, down, even though it keeps moving towards that in goal.
So, Laura, does that answer your question, Laura? Or is there a deeper question?
Oh, she said 10,000 hours. What was she? That's a lot.
It is, yeah. And I agree with that.
Hours is like several years or something.
Yeah. You need to to get to a stage to get to. Well, it depends how often you do. It's not 10,000 years. It's 10,000 hours. So if you do one painting a day and it takes an hour, it's going to take a long time for you to do it, isn't it? But if you're practicing it several hours a day, it's going to take a lot. For some people, it might be a 10-year project. For some people, it might be a 5-year project to get to 10,000 hours. So, but that's reality, and that apparently is the golden number that they, psychologists use to say, right, by the time you get to that amount of time, you more often than not are competent at doing that particular skill. And
that's one psychologist's theory.
No, it's not a psychologist's theory. It's what most professional bodies and.
Ooh, I never even heard that theory. Okay.
Well, look it up. Look.
Yeah, we can look it up.
Look it up. The 10,000 hour theory, or whatever they call it. I think, and it's about how much experience you've got.
Oh, okay.
So I'm starting now to get a little bit of definition on certain things. What time are we on?
Hold on, I'll check in a minute. I'm trying to answer somebody's question. Somebody has well, okay, never mind. Okay. 5:28.
Right, so I might be finished for
Oh, and we have a tattoo artist in here. GW Pitbull says, I have let me hold on. I gotta scroll up to his first comment. He says, I'm a professional tattoo artist.
Yeah.
And licensed. He's licensed.
Yeah.
And there are different qualifications and criteria on different artwork that people look for: realism, cartoon, surrealism, or abstract. So there's a lot to do.
There's a local tattoo artist near me, and you could go and get a tattoo. You could get an anchor put on your backside if you wanted. Right, fair enough. That's one level. And yet the other day, on a YouTube video, I saw a tattoo artist doing watercolor painting, and it looked like a watercolor paint. It was a tattoo
on somebody's skin. You mean as a tattoo?
Yeah, and we're not talking about temporary. We're talking about a person's body having a watercolor painting on the body permanently, and it honestly it looked exactly like a watercolor painting. Now that is a level you've got to set that's above the average everyday tattoo artist, isn't it? I would say.
Well,
I'm no expert,
but there's so many ways to be unique as a tattoo artist. There's many ways to be unique.
Well, it's not that it's unique. It was just, I mean, this video was showcasing a group of modern, like, progressive tattoo artists. Because at one time of day, it were like you went to a tattoo artist and they drew a line on you and then coloured it in, right? Well, these tattoo artists, they're above and beyond all that sort of stuff, really. But not that I'm dishing in tattoo artists, not at all. It's a really complex thing, absolutely. It's just that these tattoo artists, they've obviously had to crank the level up a bit.
Oh, cranking stuff out like so that it prevented them from being a little bit more unique and experimental, or
Well, yeah, they've had to be experimental because, I mean, it's like they've above and beyond the normal standard that's expected for tattoo art. I mean, literally, that's another thing you could go and have a look at. Do a search on YouTube for watercolor tattoo art.
oh wow, yeah.
And honestly, the literally, you know, the techniques I use on paper, they're using them with whatever inks they use and the tools that they use to create watercolor paintings on people's bodies. And if that ain't innovative, I don't know what is.
Yeah, but that's true. That's true. But let's look at like somebody like they have like a personal challenge. Like they come maybe from a background where it was really hard to grow up. Maybe a lot of negativity. People are telling them you can't do anything. You can't do anything. You're nothing. You're nothing. You're nothing. So here's GW Pitbull, and he said at the age of 18, I guess while he was still in high school, he's been sketching and painting since he was age 6.
Which is a good age.
Yeah, sketching and painting since he was age 6 years old, and he started getting his apprenticeship license to tattoo at the age of 18 while he was still in high school. And so for him, that's a success story. He's 30 still going.
Well, obviously, he's gone through that situation that I was saying. If he started when he was 18 doing it, right, and he was drawing before that, so he's already got a background in art.
Yeah.
And then his profession has gone from being 18 right through to, did you say 35?
39.
39. He's done his 10,000 hours to the point where he's now considered to be what is considered at a top level.
Oh, he says he does watercolor inks also on tattoo.
What does he think? Does he know what I'm talking about? Those?
I think he does. He goes, yes, I do watercolor ink also on tattoo.
It's really nice.
Tattooing. I'm tattooing.
It's refreshing. It's different from the traditional kind of tattooing where it's all like, don't get me wrong. I love doing.
What's traditional? Japanese, way back, hundreds of like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, people have been tattooing themselves for thousands of years.
Yeah.
I'm on about modern tradition, modern iconic tattoo, like a couple of lovebirds on a an art. You know what I mean? It's come a long way since that kind of
Japanese culture tradition. And my husband is like totally covered with his chest and the 1.5 sleeves of all the tattoos are connected to tell a story. They're not all separate. They're all connected and are all Japanese influenced. Because he researched it before he got his tattoos at age 50. Age 50 is when he first got his first tattoos at age 50. And he researched that and got tons of books, on it, and found out that he wanted the Japanese influenced tattoos.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of interesting kind of, you know, backstories to various art forms that might connect to you and go, oh yeah, that's how I feel about my art and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, let's see. Oh, and Lori File says her daughter has a watercolor tattoo
Does she?
on her ribs of an
I
eagle.
find them fascinating because I can't imagine how it's hard enough painting onto watercolor paper with watercolor. I can't imagine with all the complications. One of the reasons why tattoos.
It's a rounded surface. You're painting on a curved surface.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I'm painting on a curved surface here, and I'm finding it hard enough controlling that. But one of the reasons why tattoos have been basic and graphic over years is because of the human body being complicated to draw on. It's really hard when you're talking about doing art onto a three-dimensional surface. It's another level. Any kind of three-dimensional art is you've got to think beyond your two-dimensional drawing skills. Because what looks right to you now in a couple of movements could look completely and utterly wrong. So how do you make sure that it looks right from every angle?
Oh, you have something in common with G.W. Pitbull, though.
What's that?
Because he says as a child he was belittled and picked on because he don't read very well or spell very good, so he uses speech to text. He uses speech to text right now to write this. I was called retarded, stupid, reject, and told I should kill myself.
That's really
He's been through. I met him on another channel last night, and there's a woman that's very inspirational, and she's really pulled him through a few times.
Listen, Steve, if you can do that that kind of art, there's no way you're retarded in any kind of way. You're a creative being, and you deserve every praise that you can be possibly given.
Yes, GW. Let's see. With all of my tattoos, I have.
I feel for you because I know that's how people will like with me.
Yes, because
what do you want to be an artist for? What do you want to do
wrongly in school?
Because they don't see the value of creativity, and it's generally people who are quite negative in their own mind that feel like it's a waste of time. And it's them who then cause all the problems in society.
You're dyslexic, and I'm sorry. If you could tell that story, you're dyslexic and you were treated wrongly in school, right?
Well, they didn't really help me. Once they realised I was dyslexic, they used me basically as a prodding stick to test things for dyslexia. You know, does this work for dyslexia? Does that work for dyslexia? They didn't know. Nobody knew. But they wanted to try it out on people, and guess who ended up being flipping test dummy? Me. So you're saying that at least I found out that I was dyslexic, and then I could go on to rule the world with my dyslexia.
You don't have any tattoos, right?
I like drawing tattoo art, but I'm not a person who would want
to get
tattoos on myself personally.
Oh,
I'm not against that if people want that on, but from my personal viewpoint, especially from a watercolorist viewpoint as well, the substrate that you work on is critically important. And I'll look at the human body, and it's already a work of art. And I think, you know what? I'm not sure that it's the thing to put art on. But don't get me wrong, it does look nice. But it's not something that I'd put on me. But that's down to a lot of. In fact, I actually know a tattoo artist who hasn't got any tattoos himself, and yet he's a great
He's
artist.
not an Asian guy, is he? Because I think I heard of an Asian tattoo guy, a tattooist like that, tattoo artist like that.
He's a friend of mine. He's not on the internet.
Oh, a friend of yours. Okay.
Yeah, he's a lifelong friend. But I don't know. It's just down to personal taste, isn't it?
Yeah, it's down to personal taste.
I absolutely love the art. It's probably second most to my sign writing, which is my main passion in life. All right, sign writing, believe it or not. After that, tattoo art. I'm fascinated by it. Tattoo art, and things like that. And my brother-in-law used to do it as well, and he's a good artist. I always find that people who are tattoo artists, genuinely not rogue ones that just set up and they've got no qualifications or like that and don't know what they're doing, but actual genuine proper tattoo artists tend to be very good artists. Because if you think there's no room for maneuver in this kind of art, there's little or zero room for maneuver in tattoo art. Because if you make a mess of a person's body and they wanted Marilyn Monroe on it and it looks like Quasimodo, you're in trouble, aren't you? Hello?
Yes, I'm reading a comment. GW is writing a lot of comments. Okay, wait a minute. I have to take a bathroom break. I'm sorry. Hold on. God. Okay, I'll be right back in a minute.
We're not far enough. Wish you could actually see the reference image, because somehow they've like been able to like put coloured spotlights all the way around this, what is obviously an old lighthouse that's probably not in use anymore, but it does look really nice. And
okay, I'm back. And GW, I think you need to get all the help you can get, like find all the help that you can get that can help you. I mean, resources out there to help you as much as possible. And
stick around with us, Will.
Our friend last night, Be the Clothing, Be the Difference Clothing. You said she helped you a lot already, so I think she has already helped you, and you are through your crisis period, I think, already.
There's a massive art community here that will help and support you.
Yeah.
There's no need to feel down about anything, creatively speaking, because we do not judge any of our creative art, whether they've painted the first stick man ever, or they're a person who's been in industry for many years and just coming back into it, because we know people like that as well. Have not painted for many years and are just trying to get the creativity back into a decent level.
Oh, listen, other people are coming out with stories too. Goswina said, she says, I was always told that I was too stupid to do something. But wait a minute, let me read this again. I was too stupid to do something, but I realized that I can indeed paint.
Well, that's it. At the end of the day, what that should make you do is is turn around to those people and say, actually, I can do something. Can you do that? You know what I mean? That's the challenge, isn't it?
Say that again, because I was reading a comment. Say that again, please.
What it should do to you is when people say you can't do anything and you're rubbish and all that, so it should be seen as a challenge and say, oh well, okay then, well look, this is what I can do. Can you do it? And it puts the ball back in their court. Most of these people who are negative, they've got no creativity in them at all, and the mind is so twisted that all they can do is be negative towards other people, and that's the way this world's gone. If you've not got no creativity in you, you're a husk and a shell, just waiting to rot. I know that sounds quite heavy, but
say that again. That last part you said.
If you've not,
you in the comments, go ahead.
If you've not got a creativity in you, and that manifests itself in all sorts of different ways, right? You're like a husk of a shell that's just rotting inside, and that's what a lot of people in this world are, because they don't get off the backside emotionally and do something with the mind. They'd sooner just sit in front of TV and be told what to do.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong in watching TV. It's just that, to be frank,
if that's all you do is watch TV, maybe there's something wrong with that.
No, I'm not blaming TV for this. I'm just saying there's some people who are quite good at moaning and groaning about our creativity and saying, you're rubbish, you're this, you're that, you're other. And they say it because they're in a safe place where we can't get at them. You know, they're generally like trolls who you know, have, say their piece and make out how clever they are. And then what have they got? What have they got to show for their lives? Zero.
Yeah, everybody, because there's a few people in here saying that people have told them they're stupid in their lives. More than one person in here.
Well, yeah, it is.
Listen to what Ian's saying about who. Look at the person who's telling you that. You look at them. You think that you think the person that's telling you that you were stupid is some kind of authority, or do you aspire to them or respect their life? I mean,
exactly. That's the key, isn't it? At the end of the day, if someone tells you that you are stupid,
look at them.
How much more stupid are they? Because at the end of the day,
look at the person telling you that.
If they're the so-called example of intelligence, why aren't they helping you out?
Yes, why aren't they helping you out? That's terrible to be negative to somebody like that.
Well, it's just that's it. It's because they are negative that they have no other option, and they can't do anything other than be negative, because that's what they've filled their lives with. Positive people and creative people fill their lives with things that are positive, and they try to do things and see things in a positive manner, and that's really hard in today's society where most people tend to be extremely self-centered.
What Mystic Unicorn says, well, when it's a parent, it makes it worse. Well, yeah, you gotta detach from your parent and look at your parent and say, well, look where they're coming from. Are they do they have any kind of right to say something so negative to you like that? Even if it's a parent.
In one sense, you have to have respect for a parent, right? Especially if you're a young person, obviously.
Right.
If you've grown up and you've had your life, and you know, and and you look at you talking to an elderly parent, and you've already gone through the adult period of your life, then you can talk to them on a more contemporary level. But if you're a child, then that can be a really devastating period of your life if someone says to you, "You're rubbish. You
Yes,
can't do
as
this."
a child,
You can't
you're
do
so influenced.
it reprograms you into thinking that you're something less than what you are. So what you have to do is ignore that. You know what you are. There's only one person on this planet knows what you are, and that's you. So make the most of you. Anybody else is just guessing.
Just be your best version of you. Be the best version of you. That doesn't mean like, oh, the best version of me means I have to be the best in the whole world. No, it's better to be different. Well, I've heard this from YouTube, YouTube people, YouTube experts. Well, I can't say experts, but people that try to give, big YouTubers that try to, their channels are all about giving YouTube advice on growing your channel. They say it's better to be different than to be better. It's better to be different than to be better. Like if you're trying to grow your channel. Okay, but apart from that, is that, now I forgot what I was going to say. I'll think of it. Oh, Grace says in the Bible, says something about turn the other cheek. In some ways, that's right, and turn the other cheek. But you should also defend yourself and not just let yourself be beaten into the ground. You should like in a positive, like assertive way, without damaging the other person. You can assert yourself, and
well, assertion can be
stand up for yourself. If you have to stand up for yourself against the other that person that's being negative to you.
Why should a person have to legitimize what they're doing in their lives? At the end of the day, everybody's got. These people who say to you, "Oh, why are you an artist?" or "Why are you this?" or "Why are you that?" If you were to go to them and start questioning their decisions in life, they'd be the first people to be down your throat. They'd be going, it's none of your business. It's not blah, 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 blah. How dare you speak against me? You'll find that with people because they're emotional bullies. And once you figure out what type of people certain people are, you're able to avoid them. And well, not necessarily avoid them.
Yes, you need to avoid them and keep them out of your life.
I don't mean that in the sense of like keeping out of their way. I mean emotionally avoid them. You know that they're negative-minded people, so as soon as they start being negative, you switch off from them. Because if you take on board the negativity, that will translate onto you, and it'll damage you emotionally.
Yeah, it's called detaching from them.
So, to some extent, what we were talking about with parents and that's a factor. You can detach from them emotionally, not as a family or anything like that. But when people start saying things negatively to you, you just think, oh well, it's them being negative. Switch off. It's not information I'm that interested in. Like a TV program, if something comes on and it's boring, what do? You switch it off.
Great scale. Here we go. Oh, he says really super painting. Let's check out your painting.
It's coming along a little bit.
Are you putting a big wave in there for the storminess?
Yes, there. Can you not see it?
Oh, I see some of a wave. Yes.
I'm doing it in a kind of a right. Just imagine I think what it is, it's an old lighthouse that they've lit up at end of a pier.
Oh, it's an old lighthouse, yeah.
And it's got like all sorts of weird coloured lights, like purple and red and yellow hitting it. So it's not your normal standard lighthouse. And some of the water that's hitting it is taking on the colour, and that's what you get in there.
I think today's focus is all about like not your painting, but that's more like healing people, helping people.
Well,
with their
I hope that we tackle some of these things every week, don't we? Hopefully, you know, because at the end of the
tackle some of what every week?
These issues that come up, because at the end of the day they are issues, obviously, that artists do have to face, and anybody who's creative will face it at some point in their life, even if it's like, even if you're new to art and you've come onto internet and you started really working hard at doing your art, and some dumpling comes on and says your art's rubbish, it looks like a 3-year-old,
right?
You know, you're going to come across it at some point. So how do we combat it? That's the critical thing. One, we've got to understand that people have got their opinions. Fair enough, fine. Might not be a qualified opinion. You know, if Watercolor came along to me now, my favourite watercolor artist, Alvaro Castine.
Oh, right? Right.
If he came along and said, Ian, your artwork looks like a 3-year-old painting.
Oh my God, wouldn't you be crushed?
I'd have to go away and analyse my art. Right? I wouldn't be crushed. At the end of the day, it's my 3-year-old art. But thing is, at the end of the day, I'd respect him saying that to me.
Oh my goodness.
Because he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, but that's so negative to say something like that to somebody.
No, he obviously wouldn't. But I'm hyperboleing, right?
Yes.
But if someone who is qualified to be able to tell you, who's got, who's been there and done it, right, and knows how to teach and knows what to say, and comes up to you and says, Ian, that's not good enough, right? That could be taken as a motivation. But if somebody comes along who's never painted in their life and all they are is negative people who just
that's right.
If they're just there to try and poke fun at you,
right?
What a lot of trolls are,
and they don't know anything about art. Yes, right.
They haven't got a clue about art. Why would we possibly take any notice of them?
Right.
It's like a backseat driver who's never driven a car, right? Telling you how to drive a car. What do you tell them to do? Shut up, I'm driving. So why don't we do that with people who come on and say, your art's this or your art's that?
For people that don't know anything about art.
Yeah, well, people
that's different.
Problem is people have got an opinion on art, but that does not qualify them to be able to tell you what is and is not right. Because art is objective anyway. It's difficult as artists who do this on a daily basis. It's hard enough for me to be able to say, is that right? Is that wrong? And I've been doing this for nearly 40 years. And I still can't say, well, is that right? Is that wrong? Because it's down to an individual's personal expression. So
what GW Pitbull, I don't know. Sometimes he says he'd love to come up on my panel sometime. I don't know.
Well,
would the proper time be now, or should I have him be on a separate time?
Come on now if he wants. I mean, I'm gonna be finished. I'm finished now.
If you were talking about it. Wait a minute, you're finished now?
If he wants to come on next Friday.
Next Friday.
It can come
now
on
or next Friday.
Well, whenever, if you want to have him on now. But we're finishing in 1 minute.
But you were trying to go till 5:30. I mean,
Yeah,
6:30.
I've done as much as I can do it.
Oh, I see.
That's as much as I can really
But
do.
no, if you come, no, but if
It's
you
like
come during your painting, that kind of is a distraction. If you're already at the end of your painting, maybe that's better. Maybe now is better.
Well,
because you're at the end of your painting.
Bring him on for half an hour if he wants to come on.
Yeah, or maybe like 15 or 20 minutes. All right, DW. Oh.
Does he know how to come on? And
I probably have to put this in the pan. I have to probably put this in the chat.
Well, do it.
Yeah, and then I delete it right away because so far there's no trolls in the pen.
Tell him to get ready to check it down and click on it.
Get ready. Get GW. Who's in here? Michael D. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on. I got to know if this is a troll or not. Because my husband, supposedly my husband is in here, and I have to check if this is a troll or not. Because if this is a troll, I cannot put a link in here.
No.
Hold on.
Well, can you, as your husband?
Oh my God, he's saying something that's kind of true. Hold on. Let me go check. I got to go check. You can talk. Go ahead, talk to GW if you want, right?
Well, so basically,
did you put
what you'll need to do as well is if you do come on, you need to switch off your YouTube sound. You'll still be able to hear it through StreamYard, but you will need to switch off your YouTube sound, or you'll create a loop. So when Diane comes back, she'll put a link in the thing, and you need to click on that and follow the instructions. Do you have a device to be able to stream off, such as a webcam? Because you'll need a webcam.
What's that about a webcam?
He'll need a webcam. That's if he's got one.
GW, unless he just wants to be audio and talk.
Well, he can come on and do audio. Yeah.
Michael D is authentically my husband, because you had said I missed it, but you had talked about backseat, like paint. You're like making a reference to
an
analogy about being a backseat driver, and I am like a backseat driver to my husband.
Well, you are slightly different in the sense that you have actually. I'm talking about a backseat driver that has never driven before. There's a difference between somebody who's a backseat driver.
Oh, yeah, I drove for.
I mean, a backseat driver can be in the back seat with a person who's only just learnt to drive.
Right.
Who's the more experienced, the person who's in the back seat or the person who's driving? So what I'm talking about is a backseat driver who's never driven before. How can they actually tell a driver how to drive? If
GW, you still wanting to come on here? Oh, Grayscale says really super painting.
Thank you. Well, for a bit of an impromptu, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I might have planned it out a bit, but it's like, I don't know. I'd have to think about it a bit more and do one that, you know, with the way we planned this.
I can't see the wave that good. Actually, for me, I can't see the wave that well.
You see that red there?
I see the red, yeah.
Yeah, that's one part of it. There's a yellow, there's a purple there.
Right.
There's a bit of blue coming up and a bit. It's all swooshing up like that.
Okay.
Swoosh, swoosh.
Right. Okay. Okay. There we go. That was a challenge. It's hard. It's hard for Ian to. It's hard for ours to respond to a challenge like that.
Well,
I used to do a bunch of live streams. They challenged me what to paint, and it was so nerve-wracking.
To say it's pictorial and it has a specific theme behind it and a set series of things.
Okay,
I've
GW, I'm getting a link for you. I said GW. He says he knows how to do it, so I said I'm getting the link for him.
Well, has he got Facebook? Then you can send it to Facebook, can't you?
Yes, but then I have to become friends with him first.
All right. Well, just put it on. Just put it on the.
I'm gonna put it in the stream.
Put it on the stream.
Because I confirmed that person that was my husband. Because in the past a troll had impersonated my husband, but I confirmed that it wasn't.
At the end of the day, anybody who comes on over the name,
I know. I can keep them in the waiting room. I can keep them in the waiting room.
Yeah, they can't come on unless you put them on.
That's right. They can stay in the waiting room.
So just put it up.
That's right. Okay, GW, get ready. Because I'm gonna tell me when you got it, because I want to delete it afterwards.
And just make sure that you switch your sound off of.
Oh, he knows. I think he knows. Oh, what the? Wait a minute! I did a paste. I did a copy and paste, and the paste does invisible, nothing. So what's going on? Okay, let me try it again.
You probably didn't get the entire. Yeah.
Copy. I'm copying the link that I sent to you. Copy. Come on. All right, let's try it again.
Do you want me to go in and put it in?
If this second time doesn't do it, you can. Well, hold on. All right, this is not working. Yeah, you do it.
Right, I've just got to.
Again, it's like doing nothing. I'm trying to paste and it's not doing it. Oh, right. He says, I'm waiting for the link to be put in the comment. Yeah, hold on. No, we're going to have Ian do it because I don't know what's going on.
I've just got to find you first.
Damn, I don't know why that's a problem here. Come on, do it. Oh, God. And I knew GW from another website, another YouTube channel from last night. And so otherwise, if he just showed up in my chat like this, I wouldn't have done it. But I know him from a very a very trusted YouTube live stream that I went to last night of a woman that I trust very much, and he's there. He was there, and I know. Okay, are you trying to do it?
I don't know whether this will send that.
Ooh, I don't know what's going on.
Right. Copy. Right.
Copy paste.
We've got that copy. Nah. And then we're gonna go. Right. Get ready because I'm gonna put. You got to.
Okay, get ready, GW.
On this. Right.
Oh,
next
there it is.
StreamYard, that. If you click on that, that will take you to where you need to go.
Yeah. Tell me when you got it, because I'm gonna delete it.
It's here in chat though, the link. It's not anywhere on your Facebook or anything like that. Has he got it?
He's here. Let me delete this.
Oh, I'll delete it. Is he definitely there?
Yes, he's there. Delete it. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Hi, GW.
Hello.
Hello there. How y'all doing?
Hiya.
How you doing?
I'm hanging in here. Today's one of my rough days, but y'all help me relax. And watching his art and everything like that, his painting, his watercolors he's doing.
That's awesome. That's awesome that we helped you out a little bit today.
Oh yeah, I'm just going through a little bit of stuff. My landlord sold the land here, so I have to move off the property, and he gave me short notice, so I had to be out of here end of March, 1st of April, and my girlfriend broke up with me. I was supposed to be moving that way where she's at, where I could be with her, and she broke up with me on Valentine's Day. So
it's horrible on Valentine's Day. Come on.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Why? How could she be so vicious?
Do you want to be with somebody like that?
Do it like that? Valentine's Day.
My grandfather always told me, you'll know when the right one comes along, and sometimes some people are meant to be a lesson, some are meant to be a blessing. So, that could have been my lesson and my blessing at the same time, because she could have took me for a railroad and just kept me around, kept taking my money and everything. So, I am kind-hearted and everything like that, and people with learning disabilities, some people take more advantage of them than others, but it's okay. I know God's got me, and I'm going to be great. He's going to take me where he wants me to go, and my art speaks out. I'm not only just an artist for as tattoo artist or welding artist or oil pastels, clay, wood, and all that. I also sing too. So I got two songs.
Like in a band? You singing like in a band?
No. Mine's a little unorthodox, so a lot of people might frown upon my kind of music. Sorry, I had a dip in my mouth. I do a little bit of rap, but my rap's not jumbled up to where you can't understand what I'm saying. You can understand everything that comes from me because I rap about life, what I've been through. I'm fixing to get my channel back up. I had to take my channel down for a little bit because somebody disapproved of my channel while I was with her, and so my channel is more about ministering to our people about the non-bully movement. And non-bully movement is bullying people, putting people down, belittle them, and everything like that. That's what my channel is going to be more about. It's going to have more uplifting words, uplifting videos. I'm hoping to. It's called a trust me video. When I get moved to where I'm going, I'm going to be blindfolded, and there's going to be music playing in the background, and there's going to be a whiteboard up. And it says, "Don't judge me for my tattoos, judge me for my heart. And either hug me or walk away." And I'm going to be blindfolded. I'm going to be standing there with my arms open. So, and then we're going to have a video camera going, so to see if people judge me. And what we're going to be doing, looking at if it's the older generation that judge me or the newer generation. But you're going to have mixed ages, because I got my head got turned the other day. I was in Walmart, and this younger woman judged me, told me I'm going to hell for my tattoos. And there was this little 76-year-old woman said, "Baby, come here, let me see your head." And I have a pit bull tattooed on my head, and she goes, "Oh, sugar, can I kiss can I kiss you on your forehead?" I said, "It's kind of weird, but yeah, I guess you can, She goes, "Baby, don't listen to that woman right there, because you ain't going to hell for your tattoos." And she goes, "Everybody's going to hell for judging you." So, it's I can judge whether it's tattoos or my reading problems, but either way, it's good. You're gonna get different outlooks on life from different amount of people.
Well, okay, GW, thank you. Wait, let Ian tell you something.
If anybody ever says, any of these fundamental Christians ever say, "Well, you're going to hell because you're doing this or you're that or you're other," just say, Are you Jesus who makes that judgment?
I do say that. I asked them, did they go to the cross and die for my sins? And that woman said, well, no. I said, did you bear the crown of marks on your forehead? Did you get a spear in your side? And she said, no. I said, okay, then you can't judge me.
That's right.
Judge not lest you be judged.
They can't judge you.
No,
Listen,
it's not a religious program, this, and we're not going to go any further with religious ideas either. But at the end of the day, none of us are capable of being above anything other than a pure set of sinners. That's what we all are, right? We all do things wrong, every one of us. So we're all in the same boat. So stop judging, and that's it.
Would y'all like to see one of my paintings?
Yeah, why not? Go on, bring it on.
All right, hang on. I got to go to my living room. I got all my stuff packed up because I'm moving. So,
like I say, I'm quite interested in this, how they do a watercolor painting, and it does look like a watercolor painting.
Well, see, the same technique you're using with your paintbrush, I use the same technique with my paintbrush also, because I do watercolors also. But the same technique you're using with your paintbrush, we use with our tattoo needles. See, when we do watercolors, we use a needle, what is called a 15 mag.
Yeah.
And it's got 15 needles that's staggered across, and it fits in a tube. And you dip your ink into witch hazel and water, and you don't want to dilute it so much it don't stick, but you want to knock it down a little bit to where you can get the right texture to it and make it blend around.
Those type of tattoos, are they more susceptible for fading than your traditional art?
Actually not.
No.
Actually not, because with a watercolor tattoo, you're not doing hard lines. With a regular tattoo, like if you're doing a portrait of somebody, you're doing hard lines. You're doing hard faded lines. You're stacking your lines and shading. Right. Watercolor, you're creating the image with the flow and the paintbrush effect.
Right.
You're dusting it, and you don't want to make it dark at one time. You want to build it up with your colors as you're dipping it in your witch hazel and your water. You're breaking it down to light colors and coming to dark colors, stacking it up to create the pictures. And then you go in there with your liner and you line with gray lines. You don't use black lines, you use gray lines.
I suppose you have to be very subtle with lines and that, because in watercolor there's such thing as pen and wash, but you've got to be very, very subtle with the line work, or it can dominate the very subtle work that you've already done with the wash.
Right.
Yeah, you have to be like you was being careful a while ago with your lights and your darks and making the fragments of color pop up with the waves and everything. You have to do the same color with the tattoo ink as well. Here's my. I don't know if y'all be. Not me. Y'all don't want to see my ugly mug.
To turn your thing other way around. Oh. Do you follow Cinnamon Cooney?
Oh.
Do I now?
Do you follow Cinnamon Cooney?
I don't know who that is.
She's also called the Art Sherpa. She's on YouTube. She has like a 500,000 subscribers.
Can y'all see that better?
She does something very much similar to that.
Let me see.
Stones with silhouetted.
Oh, that. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, the
very similar.
Well, yeah, but Art Sherpa, Cinnamon Cooney got that from somebody else too. Like it's not.
Right. I mean, it's a classic. It's a classic image.
Yes, the classic thing.
I'm trying to remember what the word is.
Art too. This one is the infinity. infinity ring. Hang on, I might have to hold it up here where y'all can see it. It's the infinity thing, and it's got the infinity bracket. But I didn't see the art behind it.
I can see somebody like a Buddha in the middle with an heart shape.
Oh, that's interesting.
Somebody sat down in the, is it the lotus position?
Yeah. It's an infinity circle at the bottom, and the infinity love brackets at the top. And what it does is creating a person meditating.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's called a meditation of life.
I can see that. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Okay, and then
that's a painting on canvas.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's on foam board.
Oh, okay.
So what are these mainly? Are they acrylics?
This is acrylic. Now this one I'm holding up now. I have to turn it sideways. I learned how to take paper towel and soak it in Mod Podge and put it on your canvas.
Yeah.
And then you paint it like rocks, and it gives a rock texture.
Yeah.
And see, I do different kinds of art. I do realism. I do cartoon. I do a whole different. I do all different kinds.
I do like I'm like that too.
Mm-hmm.
And you're multimedia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you're employed as a tattoo artist?
It's a little pig.
Right now, hang on, I'll let y'all see my face. I don't care. Right now, I'm on disability.
Oh, okay.
I had to get on disability because I had a stroke. I had a stroke back in 2005, and I had to learn.
Oh my goodness! You're a young stroke survivor. I have two friends like that. I have two friends that are young stroke survivors.
That's why I lean more to my right side, because my left side's my weak side and everything. But
I have two YouTube friends that are young stroke survivors.
Mine was because I was in the heat and everything. I was welding, and I got overheated, and I had 5 seizures back to back, and it caused me to have a stroke. So I learned how to reacquaint myself back through life and paint and everything. So I mean, ain't nothing gonna hold me back or hold me down, because I'm gonna move forward no matter what.
I used to work in an engineering company, and next to me, I worked on a dip drill. And next to me, there was a dip drill.
Oh, a deep drill?
A dip drill.
Dip drill?
Dip drill, yeah.
D-I-P? D-R-I-L-L?
One that you pull a big lever down, and it's for drilling big holes in metal.
Oh, okay, yeah. Almost like an og bit.
Yeah, but it were a big industrial one, right? So
yeah.
Next to me were a metal panel, and then behind that there were a person who were welding all day, and I used to get welder's eye all the time from it.
Oh, you talking about a flashbang? It's called a flashbang. It flashes in your eye, and you get sunburned to the eye. Yeah, I've had that done before too.
It's horrid, because they're protected normally, because they've got their welding glasses. It used to hit the metal rod on the thing that I wore, and it used to go ding, and it hit my eyes, and I weren't protected. They thought that this metal curtain that they had would protect you, but it found ways through sometimes, and it's horrible when you get that. Welding's horrible. Ugh.
I love welding.
Oh yeah.
But I learned my lesson to wear the right hood and everything when I'm doing welding art and everything like that. When I'm because I want to make another one. I want to make a phoenix. I want to get some scrap metal and cut it down and make a phoenix, and then get one of my paint tools and paint it, make it look like the phoenix is coming from the ashes and it's on fire.
Yeah.
So,
what did you use? TIG or MIG or? oxyacetylene or
I can MIG, TIG, and stick weld.
right. But so art, would you say, has helped you get your cognitive skills back? Because we asked
Do what now?
we asked this question the other day to somebody who had a problem with their cognitive ability, you know, their abilities with the hands and the head and the mind.
What kept me wanting to get it back? Is that what you're saying?
No, as art helped you to regain your ability to.
Yes, yeah, it did. Art is really soothing. It's really soothing and keeps you maintained to have your mind, because there for a while I couldn't grasp what was going through my head.
Right.
Because it was a shambled mess, and I kept on thinking, I'm like, I can do this, and because I'm used to writing with either or of my hands, because I can write left-handed or I can write right-handed. I guess you call it ambidextrous or
ambidextrous, right?
Yeah, because when I was boxing, I could keep you guessing which way my hand was going to come from, because I can float from right to left, hit you with an uppercut with my right hand or my left hand, or I could hit you with a powerhouse with my right or my left. And now I can't, but I'm slowly getting it back to where I can write with my left hand again. But I use my right hand more than anything. And I just kept on saying, well, if I can push forward and get this done, I can push through my art. And the guy that's like a brother to me, he went to school with me and everything. He was my boss in the tattoo shop. He's like, hey man, we need to get you back in the shop. And he trusted me enough to bring me back in the shop, and said, even though I was on disability, he said, man, you don't have to, I don't have to pay you, with a check or anything like that. You can work the hours that you need to. I'm just trying to help you get your confidence back. And when I started going in there, he started giving me different tasks to do, and art did bring my ability back to me doing everything that I can do.
I mean, it may not be possible for you to get the full skills back as a tattoo artist, but why not think about doing the layout drawings? Because there's always people wanting layout drawings.
My tattoo ability's back. I mean, ever since after my stroke and everything, I had my stroke back in 2005 and everything. Here it is, 2020 now, and my skill of tattooing is part up there big time. I'm not too far from being a master tattoo artist. So
I mean, you're lucky in that sense, because
as a young stroke survivor, you can come back easier.
Well, yeah, the younger you are, the more likely you are to get it back, aren't you? But generally, it tends to take a big chunk out of your a stroke, doesn't it? Oh, it can do.
I don't read very well, but this one, I guess the one lady asked, do you also do
trash poker?
Trash poker?
What's that?
I don't know.
I don't know what you. And then she said, here's another one. How do you do the tattoos with the red splash?
With a red splash? I mean, it depends what you're wanting. Like, if you're just wanting the splash to be on there, what do you do there? You don't outline it. If you want watercolor splash or you want blood splash, what do? You build it up. You give it curve. You give it what we call it. We give it English. We give it turn. You got to visualize in your head. Okay, the realization. If someone shot you with a gun, you're gonna have a bullet hole in you. So what you want to do, you want to start in the center of the picture and work your way out, because you have to build it up to the realization level to make it look like it's real.
So it's like
you use real colors. Do what now?
It's like creating glazes in your painting. You build realism
right.
creating layers.
Right, you have to build it up from the bottom, and you have to, like we were saying earlier, you have to stack your colors. When you're stacking your colors, you got to think of it as in levels and say, hey, okay, I want to give it this effect, and I don't want so much of the cartoon effect. You want the realism effect, so you got to think your primary colors, and you got to think flesh tones, you got to think blood tones, you got to think dark, because, you know, in the center of a pool of blood, it's not light, it's dark. So you have to use browns, blacks, and grays and build it up to work to the reds. Everything dark, you want to lay everything dark down first, because as you're wiping the ink, if you do your light colors first, you're going to end up having dark color in your light color, and you don't want it like that. You want to do the dark colors first, wipe it away, and then start doing your light colors.
I suppose in comparison to what we use with paper, whether it's white or it's black, for example, the substrate, you've got a broad range of tones in skin in various different races that you have to cope with to get that.
You have different textures. You have different textures of skin. You got some people that's got soft skin. You got some people that's got medium tone skin. You got some people that's got rough skin. But you got to know the textures of the skin, how hard to run your needle and how slow to run your needle, and how much velocity that you need to put behind it to where it will stick. Sometimes if people have harder skin, you want to use more Vaseline and more petroleum jelly and work the skin a little bit harder than what you would somebody with soft skin.
Well, I mean, my wife says that my bum's nice and peachy, so it's probably the perfect environment for a tattoo.
No, a lot of times the skin that has not seen the sun a lot, like the skin on your butt, that's a really soft skin because it's never seen the sun.
It's really tender. That's a real tender area.
All those parts of your skin that have seen the sun, they're going to be tougher. Like your arms and legs.
Even when I've got a medical issue to deal with, I can't deal with needles. Never mind having a tattoo. I'd be freaking. I'd be.
Oh, that's really hard for me too. I only have one tattoo, and it felt like a knife carving into my. I felt like a knife carving into my arm.
If ever I
have a lot of people stop me and ask me about the one on my head.
There you go.
And they asked me, did it hurt? And I'm like, no. I said, my worst tattoo is my whole back, because I was in a car accident also, and I have 2 herniated discs in my back. So when I tattoo, I have to have a pillow behind me to where when I'm hunched over with my back don't go through a lot of pain and everything. And my back tattoo, which is covered from top of my shoulders all the way down to my pants line, my whole back's covered. That one hurt worse because he went over my herniated disc in my back. Whoa. But my head tattoo didn't hurt that. My head tattoo didn't hurt that bad. So,
well, we're about to.
We got to wind it up. Thank you so much for coming on the panel, GW. It was so nice to meet you. And
just call people.
Yep.
All right then. And maybe I'll be on another time.
Thank y'all for having me on here. I hope I didn't bore nobody.
No, we're
so glad to have you
on. This is
on.
what we're here to chat about. Although this is about art.
Well, tattoo is art, but anyway, it
is art.
The people that with their emotional stuff that they go through with people telling them you're trash, you're this, you're that, all that negativity, people have to deal with that. And that was good to talk about that in the chat.
So what I'm saying is, this is generally a live about art. That's what it's generally based around. But we do try to talk about social issues.
But being there for a person also art, because not everybody has a soft hand to come openly to help someone. Some people have a rough hand and smack them down. So it does take an art of a soft tongue and a soft ear to listen to somebody and help somebody.
Always remember, life is art.
Exactly. And your picture is beautiful.
Thank you.
And I hope to see more of it.
Okay, yeah, come visit us again every Friday.
I will. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed afternoon.
I'll get me plug in now.
Check my about section. What? Check my about section. Okay, thank you, GW. Thank you. Check my about section for all my live stream schedule. Thank you, Ian, for being a guest artist today.
And try and find me somehow.
And what?
Try and find me somehow.
Well, I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear it.
Try and find me. Well, everybody knows where I am anyway. It don't matter.
Oh yeah, and I have Ian's link in the description box.
Somebody said I'm omnipresent the other day, and I said no, I'm not.
Okay. It's past 6:30 now. I said we could go half hour over.
Well, we extended due to bringing our friend on, didn't we? And if anybody else wants to come on at some point, they're welcome.
We can't. Yes, another time we can have other people up on the panel. That's right, but not tonight. That's it. So.
Hope you enjoyed it anyway. It's been different, hasn't it?
Yes, it's been different. Yes, and I think we helped some people.
Yes, that's what we're here for.
Talking about issues, pertinent issues that have to do with being an artist and people having to deal with negative people that have to down their art.
The struggle.
Yeah, the struggle.
The struggle. It's real.
Thanks, moderators, and thank you.
Do you know what? I'm not very dexterous with this, but I'm going to try and do that, whatever you do.
What, the art?
Yeah. Oh, can't do it. Can't get my fingers right.
You can't do it?
Yeah.
Everybody's a creative being. It doesn't mean you have to do art to be a creative being. You can be creative at many other things. And we were created to be creative.
Yeah.
Remember that, everybody. Have a great creative weekend. Thank you, Ian, for being a guest artist again. And I know it was a challenge. It was a challenge for you today.
Totally different. It's not going to hang in the Louvre of that.
Yeah.
But there you go. That's life.
That's what happens when you do a challenge. It's not easy. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.